Okay, so, and what would you say is intrinsically valuable in the fetus, right? So,
The what?
what would you say is the symmetry breaker
Wait, what did you
between
say?
the fetus
What is
at
intrinsically
time
valuable?
and the fetus at? What would you say that
Yo,
the
Rizzhan, you're lagging.
Dude,
so what
You're lagging.
between what?
what the fuck?
Is he lagging for anyone else?
No, he's lagging for me too.
No, he's lagging
Yeah.
for me.
Playing out? I don't know why I'm playing out.
Look, you can just start again from the beginning.
Wait, Apollo, I'm not lagging.
Not anymore.
Not right now.
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Your granny gonna have
Go to
my wallet.
DMs, bro.
Fucking asshole ass nigga.
Wait, what's
Guys,
going on? Why are you guys not
am I
debating?
still lagging?
Yeah, you lag like no, you're not lagging anymore.
Okay,
Chris,
because I
I
was
don't
in
want to take
I,
this
I was
spot
in a,
right
like
now.
a client, so I got off the client.
Get him,
Mercury,
Rizzhan.
what would you say the symmetry breaker is between the fetus at time T1 and time T2, like before and after, like the specific weeks that you believe that it's immoral to abort the baby?
Yeah, so when the fetus is about to be born, like 5 minutes before birth, I feel like at that point, the reason why I think that abortion should be allowed, is like rendered null at that point. It's rendered null because specifically, I believe in like sort of bodily autonomy adjacent arguments, and so 5 minutes before birth, like you would just be saving like 5 minutes of bodily autonomy, which I believe is marginal when compared to like basically an already fully formed infant.
Wait, so
So
Mercury,
just
you
just
talk
the rough
about.
reasons why.
You can go on. Sorry.
No, that's it.
So you talk about bodily autonomy. So do you believe that bodily autonomy should be maximized, and would you value bodily autonomy over what other people think, or what attitudes other people would have towards you?
Yeah, obviously, I think that bodily autonomy takes precedence over other people's opinions on you. And then I think bodily autonomy should be maximized insofar as you should have the right to
Your
do
great granny.
whatever you want to your own body.
Okay.
As in, it's not immoral to do what you want to your body.
So I'm just gonna give you like a quick reductory example. So, like
Sure.
think of a person who goes to like a tattoo shop, right, and they get a tattoo, but they get like a tattoo of like, I don't know, CP, like child porn over their body. Do you think that they have done something immoral? They have done something that's not immoral because it compromises their bodily autonomy. It's not really directly harming anybody. They're just getting tattoos of child porn on their body.
Yeah. So in this instance, if you stipulate that they don't harm anybody, as in like the child porn like isn't shown to anybody else, because obviously seeing child porn causes like mental anguish and things of that nature. I think that it would be completely morally neutral for that action to take place. I think you might be able to make inferences about the kind of person this is. So like I think that this guy's like a shitty guy for doing that, but the action itself, isolated, it's just morally neutral. With the
Wait, so
stipulations you gave.
are you saying that we'd be able to make the inference? Like we'd be able to make some kind of inference from the moral neutrality of the action to the immorality of the action?
No, that's not what I said at all. I said there wasn't even an inference between the moral neutrality of the action and then the moral immorality of the action. Like what I said was, even though the action is just morally neutral, I said we might be able to like make inferences from the action, not the moral status of the action, but the action itself, about like the moral character of the person there. And so the reductio you're posing might just be that like, oh, people feel like this guy's a piece of shit. Like I might be able to agree with that because I think that people who get tattoos of CP are probably pieces of shit, but it doesn't have any implications for the moral status of the action itself. Do you understand?
So you do not believe that it is immoral to get tattoos of child porn all over your body?
Yeah, with the stipulations you gave, that it doesn't cause harm to any other people. It's like,
wait, so would you go as far as to say that maximizing bodily autonomy while it's not harming any other moral agents like yourself is moral? Or would you say that it's just morally neutral? Or would you say that people ought to maximize bodily autonomy?
I don't know if I hold to saying that people should, like, they're morally obligated to maximize bodily autonomy. Like, the whole point of pro-choice is being pro-choice. Like, it's about their choice.
So you're saying that somebody
So
should
I don't
just
hold to, like, yeah, I don't hold to any obligation for people maximizing bodily autonomy.
Wait, so you said that you just believe in like pro-choice. So would you say that somebody ought to have the choice to maximize bodily autonomy? And would you say that if somebody deprived another person of the choice to maximize their bodily autonomy, then that person would be immoral?
Nigga, what
Sure.
the fuck?
I mean, so far
Okay,
as people
so
are
if that's the
concerned.
case, then the person who's getting CP or child porn on their body, if somebody went up to them and said that you can't get child porn on your body, it's literally disgusting, you shouldn't be able to do that, would be
You cut out. You're like,
so let's say that child porn on their body and they go up to them and say, what you're doing is immoral, I cannot let you get child porn on your body. Do you think that the person that is restricting the other person from getting child porn on their body is now doing an immoral action by limiting the amount of bodily autonomy that somebody else has?
sorry, repeat that.
So you want me to repeat the whole thing?
No, just repeat like the last little thing. The last question.
So would you say that that person is immoral because they have limited the amount of bodily autonomy that the other person has by telling them that they can't get child porn on their body?
No, I don't think the person is immoral because they have righteous intentions. I do think that the action of like trying to present somebody like tattooing their body with whatever they want, stipulating that nobody else is harmed. Yeah, I don't think that. Um, yeah, I don't think that like that action would be good, but I don't think that the person is bad for that because it seems like you're trying to like
Look,
use
I'm not saying that the
intuitions.
person is bad.
Wait,
I'm
hold on, I
saying that
wasn't done. Wait,
yeah,
I wasn't done.
I'm not saying that the
Wait, so
person is bad. I'm
wait,
just
sorry,
talking about
wait,
would
sorry,
they
sorry,
be
sorry.
doing
I
an
just
immoral
said I
action?
wasn't done, and you said okay. Why did you start talking again?
I didn't
Anyways,
say
yeah, as I was
That's
saying,
right,
so
Rizzhan, you rude bastard.
yeah, anyways, so everybody here who was listening heard you say that, like, would I think that the person trying to stop the other guy from getting a tattoo is immoral? So it looks like you're trying to draw some intuitions about like the moral characters of the people involved,
No, I'm not
rather
saying
than the
that.
moral actions.
Look, I'm not
So
saying.
if you don't
No,
mean
wait,
that, then
wait,
you just
Mercury,
ask the
Mercury,
question about
Mercury.
actions.
When I say, okay, maybe like a bit, maybe you're a bit confused on semantics here, but when I say that that person is immoral, I simply just mean that that person is carrying out some immoral action, not that them themselves are inherently immoral, just that the action they've done is immoral. So just to ask the question again, do you think that that person would be carrying out an immoral action by telling or limiting somebody from getting tattoos of child porn on their body?
Yeah, stipulated that nobody else is harmed. Yeah, I don't think that person should be able to just like completely prevent that person from tattooing their body.
So you think that's okay? That's really really weird. So you think that somebody is doing an immoral action by not letting somebody get tattoos of child porn again, child porn on their body?
Well, when we say child porn, with the stipulation of no harm, I'm just assuming that like this child is a fictional person.
Yeah, it's just a fictional child. It's just a fictional child. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Even though I'm disgusted by that, I could just explain that by saying that like the moral intuitions about the scenario are just rooted in the person rather than the action itself, because the action raises like the action of getting tattoos that raises the probability of that person being a piece of shit. It raises the probability of that person being the deplorable fuck. But I don't think you justified why it carries over for the action itself. You really just said, "Oh, that's really weird," and you know, I might agree that is really fucking weird of that person. But I don't
Okay,
think you've proven your point.
so what would that be the Okay, so what would be the symmetry breaker between that and let's say that a child has sex with a man. I've heard of in fact, I go to a school where this happens. So a child has sex with a man, right? And the child is maximizing their body autonomy, and there is no harm done to any other people because obviously it's sex between them. The child enjoys the sex and they want more, and the man enjoys the sex and they want more. Do you think that what's taking place there is immoral, or do you think that what the man has done is immoral, even though they've maximized body autonomy and no
Yes,
harm
I
has
think
been done
I
to any
think that
external
what they
agents?
yes, I think that what they've done is immoral because again, it's not like the only moral principle I hold by is bodily autonomy. Like I said, I don't think that you ought to maximize your bodily autonomy. I think that's immoral because it's a man taking advantage of a child. And so I might raise some like sort of deontological rule against this. I might say that like under like some sort of utilitarian perspective, like there is a probability of harm being caused to a child later down in life. I might use some sort of virtue ethics Aristotelian argument, saying that like this goes against the Aristotelian categorical that I observe for like rational humans. So like I might give all three of the justifications as to why it's moral for the man to diddle the child.
So earlier you said that somebody ought to have the choice to maximize bodily autonomy. Now I presented a case in which maximizing bodily autonomy would actually be immoral. So now do you retract this statement that somebody ought not have the choice to maximize bodily autonomy?
No, it's not the it's not the maximization of bodily autonomy that's immoral there.
So the maximization of bodily autonomy isn't immoral in that case.
Yeah,
so you don't think that so you don't think that the man
Wait,
Mercury. I wasn't finished.
Wait, how are you not finished?
I wasn't
In the
finished.
middle.
Wait, you interrupted me when I was about to lead on to the next sentence. Can you please let me speak?
Sure.
Okay, so you do not think
Use that rhetoric, Rizzhan.
You do not think that it is immoral in that specific case where the man and child are maximizing their bodily autonomy. You don't think that part of the action is immoral?
Well, I don't even know if I'd accept that. That's like an example of maximization of bodily autonomy.
It is maximizing bodily autonomy because number one, both of them want to have sex. Number two, both of them get pleasure from it. Number three, they're not harming any of their external agents.
Wait, sorry, how is number two relevant?
How is number two relevant? That maximize, because if they're maximizing pleasure, then it would mean that there is little to no harm done to either of them if they're maximizing.
How is that relevant to bodily autonomy though?
Because your principle of bodily autonomy, or your principle of when bodily autonomy should be allowed, is when it's not harming any of the external agents.
Okay, sure. So are you stipulating that like in this case, the child and adult, like they never face any physical, like mental harm?
Yeah, they never faced any physical or mental harm, which is why I'm confused about you saying that the action would be immoral, but the part where they maximize their body autonomy isn't immoral.
What were the first and third conditions?
What?
What were the first and third conditions?
The first condition was that it maximizes their bodily autonomy, and the third condition is that
I was asking for. Wait, sorry, that can't be the condition because I was asking the justification as to why this would be an instance where bodily autonomy is being maximized.
Okay, so you want me to give the argument for why it would be?
Yeah, you already gave three conditions. I'm just asking you to repeat the first and third condition.
Yeah, the first condition is that they're maximizing their bodily autonomy, and the third condition is that there's no further harm to the external agents.
Wait, sorry, I was asking you for justification as to why it would be like a maximization of bodily autonomy here.
Oh, so you want the justification for why it's a maximization?
Yeah, and you gave three conditions for that, and I'm asking you to recall the first and third condition.
Yeah, those were the first and third condition.
I mean, if that was the first condition, then that was just circular. It's like we could just hear the third condition then.
Yeah, so the third condition, I mean, you could think it's circular. The third condition is just that there's no harm to any of the external agents.
And by external agents, do you mean just the participants or like other people involved?
The participant, yeah, just the participants.
just the participants.
Yeah. Because again, this would be an entailment.
Okay.
This would be an entailment under your view, because, for example,
no,
let's say that you said a woman.
I'm already waiting for the justification as to why it's a maximization of bodily autonomy.
Because they're not causing. Mercury. Let's just outline. Let's just outline your principle of bodily autonomy.
I wasn't done.
Let's just wait. So you want the justification, right? Let me give the justification. Let's outline your principle of bodily autonomy. In your principle of bodily autonomy, right? You said that as long as no harm is being done to any external agents, then they could maximize their bodily autonomy.
Okay, yo, so Rizzhan, just let
Are these guys normal?
Just let Mercury finish, and then you go afterward.
Dude, why does this guy just keep talking over me like he's fucking deaf? Anyways, yeah. So I just want to clarify some reasons for why I think it might not meet the maximization of bodily autonomy. So, for instance, during sex between a child and a man, the child's body, obviously aspects of that are going to be altered via sexual intercourse. An example of this is that the hymen might break, for instance, and this might cause pleasure or harm. But in the instance of hymen breaks and other potential effects on the child's body, the child engaging in this might not be exercising their full bodily autonomy, because even though they're engaging in an act in their own quote-unquote free will, if we want to grant that for debate for bodily autonomy purposes, even though it might be not actually realizing that sort of value there because of those reasons.
Okay, so now you're saying that.
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
They don't realize. Now you're saying that because they don't realize.
Well, no, that was just a stipulated reason. That was a reason for the question, or just some sort of motivation.
That was a reason for the question.
Yeah, motivation for the question.
Wait, so one of your motivations for the question was that because they don't realize the harm that they're doing to the body, then it might not be a case where they're
no. I already stipulated it might not be harmful or painful.
Also, are you taking about into account like probability here? So are you saying
no, I didn't make a probability argument either.
You're saying what's the might here? What's the might supposed to mean here?
The might is supposed to mean that like this is concerned as to whether or not it is actually maximization of autonomy.
What? I can't hear what you're saying.
That's what the might means.
I didn't hear what you're saying.
I mean,
hello. Is it me or did he just leave?
Nah, he left.
Yeah, he went AFK, I think.
You back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. What was the answer to the question?
No, because I wanted you to repeat like what you meant by might, because you like started to cut out.
By my. I'm just referring to like with regards to where autonomy is actually being maximized in that instance.
I still can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, my headphones died just now. Hold on.
Yo, Paula, when you get Sense in here?
That nigga Rizzhan, mama a bitch. Bitch ass nigga named Rizzhan.
Yo, chill on my goat Rizzhan, gang.
Fuck that nigga. Oh, Eggland nigga man. T dot body built 10, nigga that nigga.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that about?
Yo.
Why did I just like get like fucking like what the fuck was that?
There was no need for that shit, but again.
What the fuck was that? Bruh, I mean, like, I don't be loud mic no more, bruh.
It was it too.
I don't know where the fuck that came from. What the fuck?
Yeah, hello?
Better to lie and fill
Hello?
Rizzhan, I guess.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
So, can you repeat what you mean by might?
Yeah, I mean, it raises concerns as to whether or not this is actually a maximization of bodily autonomy.
It raises concerns whether it's actually, and what were your reasons for why it would raise concerns if it's actually a maximization of body autonomy?
Because your granny anus said so.
What? Anyways, actually, first, do you want to define bodily autonomy before we get to this point?
Yeah, we're just going under your definition of bodily autonomy, and we already outlined that before, so I don't know why we need to redefine it.
Wait, sorry, what do you think my understanding of bodily autonomy was?
So your understanding of bodily autonomy was just that if you're doing something with your own body, if you're doing something with your own property, right, and it doesn't cause any harm to any other external agents, that was literally your own like, thesis of bodily autonomy.
Well, no, I didn't give a thesis of bodily autonomy, but yeah, I could go with that.
Okay, so if we're working under that definition, and can you tell me harm in this scenario that I've posited would be done to the agents that are taking part in the action?
Yeah, so when we're having sex and we're inviting somebody else into our body, even if it's entirely consensual, which I don't even think it can be in the case of a child, but I'll get to those objections later. If we just grant all of that for now, when we're inviting somebody else into our body, we're doing so with or without the knowledge about how it might affect our body. And so, when a penis enters a vagina, for instance, the hymen might break, or other things near that area might happen. It's actually making me a little queasy. Yeah, and when that happens, hold on, sex just makes me really disgusted. Actually, let me just drop that.
Sex makes him disgusted.
So I didn't even see. I didn't even know the
Fucking
forks in here,
virgin.
bro. I haven't seen forks in here for a minute, bro.
Fucking virgin. Sex makes him disgusted.
Got that nigga shit.
Yeah,
I'm a
you can answer the
machine.
question now.
Mercury, what were you saying?
Yeah, you can answer the question.
What was the question again? I don't recall.
Yeah, I think the question was the question was, why is it maximization of bodily autonomy?
Oh yeah, so going under your thesis of no, you said something after that, right? You said that it wouldn't be there'd be questions whether it would actually be a maximization of bodily autonomy since since you don't really have knowledge of the harm that's going to be done to your body. But I just
Well,
think
not
that's like
harm,
redundant.
but not harm. But
What
yeah.
was it then?
Yeah, it was just referring to changes in the body. Like
What do you
just
mean by that?
substantive changes.
I'm so confused. So you're saying that when somebody undergoes sexual intercourse, there might be substantial changes to their body that they don't have knowledge that will happen.
Yeah. And so specifically this hinges on the invitation of a nerve person into their body. And this is what makes that point crucial.
And okay, so if that's the case, let's say that somebody gets an abortion, right? And the abortion causes substantial changes to their body. Would you say that them getting an abortion then was not a maximization of bodily autonomy since they didn't have knowledge of the substantial changes that could have happened to their body?
Look, I mean, even if I grant that it isn't a maximization of bodily autonomy, which I don't grant, by the way, and I'll get to that later. Why does this matter?
Because if you did grant that it was a maximization of bodily autonomy, then I'd ask you to give me the same
The thing I was
relativity.
granting, thing I'm hypothetically granting here is that it isn't a maximization of bodily autonomy.
And so, okay, so
Because
now you're saying
that's your claim here.
Okay, so now you're saying whether it's a maximization of bodily autonomy hinges upon the fact that they might not have knowledge of the thing that's being done to their body. The
No,
thing that,
that's not what I said.
the consequences, I don't know, like the substantial change that the body could undergo. But if that is the case, then that's just going to be true in most cases of bodily autonomy. Because normally when somebody exercises maximal body autonomy, there'll be consequences that happens like to their body, right? Or substantial changes that their body might undergo that they might not be initially aware of. But I wouldn't say that that now undermines the fact that they did maximize their bodily autonomy in that moment.
Yeah, so first of all, you completely dropped the thing you were saying about like an abortion not maximizing bodily autonomy. So I asked you, why should I care about abortion not maximizing bodily autonomy, even if I grant that it doesn't in that instance?
Let me just answer that real quick, because you said earlier
Yeah,
that
that's what I wanted originally.
you said that earlier that abortion. Correct me if I'm wrong. You said earlier that abortion or pro-choice would be moral, not exhaustively, because that one of the points you gave is that because they were maximizing
No,
bodily.
I didn't say they were maximizing the bodily autonomy.
Like, did you say
Was
that they were
because of bodily
exercising bodily
autonomy.
autonomy? Because you definitely said something about bodily autonomy.
Yeah, I said something about bodily autonomy. I didn't say they were maximizing bodily
Wait, so did
autonomy.
you say that I'm pretty sure you said that they were exercising bodily autonomy.
Yeah, they're exercising it.
You said that that's the case because they were exercising bodily autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
Stop saying bodily autonomy.
And so now you ask me, why would I care about abortion maximizing bodily autonomy?
No, why should I? Yeah. The question is, why should I care if I grant that some abortions aren't a maximization of bodily autonomy?
Well, I'd argue that under this case, a lot of abortions wouldn't be exercising or maximizing bodily autonomy. There's
Exercising or
many
maximizing,
cases where abortions happen.
which is it?
There's
Is
many
it
cases where
exercising or
abortions happen
maximizing?
there's many cases where abortions happen in which it causes substantial change to mental states and it's even sometimes physical states that the person has.
Well, I wasn't talking about
Exercising
mental
bodily
states. I was
autonomy.
talking about their body. But anyways, is it
Mental states
exercising
that
or
have direct
maximizing?
ties to
Which
their
is it?
body.
Is it exercising or maximizing? Which is it?
Exercising or maximizing?
Yeah, you said exercising or maximizing. Because you said maximizing first, now it's exercising or maximizing. I just want you to choose one.
In what context are you talking about here?
In the context
The
you were
context of
just
the
saying
abortion
it,
and
like the
context of your
context.
position.
Wait, sorry. The context you were saying it 10 seconds ago, because 10 seconds ago
So in the
you said
context of the
it
abortion,
wasn't a maximization of bodily
Exactly,
autonomy. Now you're
Rizzhan
saying,
Shrine.
oh, it wasn't exercising or maximizing. And now the list
in
is
my
like you're all
opinion,
over the place now, and I just want you to clarify, which
in
is
my
it?
opinion, it seems that we were using the terms exercising and maximizing bodily autonomy interchangeably, right? Because you said earlier that
No,
somebody ought to have you said earlier that somebody ought to have the choice to maximize body autonomy, right?
no, I didn't say that. I said they ought to have the choice to bodily autonomy.
No, you said they ought to have the choice to maximize body autonomy. It's all right.
No, specifically, I said they ought to have the rights to bodily autonomy. I didn't say anything about maximization.
You did say that they ought to have the choice to maximize body autonomy. It's literally on rec.
Well,
You all remember?
no, I didn't. I didn't say that they have.
Loki, I've been
Like,
trolling my
this
but
is
you
really
didn't
I
say
can
that.
stupid answer points to me.
I can save the recording. I can save the recording and give you the timestamp.
Sure, we can do that afterwards, but
No,
I
I'm
didn't say
doing it
anything
now.
about
I'm